All right, so this one was asking about physics in a top-down world, and I didn't quite understand the question, but I'm going to go ahead and try and answer it this way. So I have a brand new scene. I'm going to save it, brand new project, and there really isn't anything in it. There is this glitch asset called Moon, and I've dragged it into the scene. I didn't change anything over here. And I also made a ball controller script that is pretty much empty that I'm going to put on this moon object to sort of use gravity in a top-down view way. So, typically when we do or physics, when we do physics, we usually say add component physics 2D rigid body, and had this moon selected when I did that. So if I do that, the moon's going to fall, off the screen. I'm going to change the color of our main camera real quick. So when I run, the physics grabs the ball and drops it down. It's still kind of hard to see. Darker. So then, here, I'll do it again. So now the moon just kind of drops off. But if you want to use physics to actually make some fluid motions, that doesn't work right. So a couple things that we can do. We can freeze our position in the y direction, and then it's just going to sit here and we can add a force going left and right, but that may not really be what you want. So the other option that we have is we can set our gravity scale to 0. And what that'll do is our object is just going to sit here, but we can then apply forces to it to get it moving. And that's what we're going to do. So I am going to take our ball controller and drag it over the script and drag it on top of our moon. And then I'll go and edit it. And now we can do something inside of update loop, like if input.getKey code dot right arrow. So if the guy is pushing the right arrow, then we can add a force in the right direction. So we can say get component rigid body 2D dot add force new vector 2, because we're going to add a force. It takes two components, an x and a y. And let's just say 1f 0f. So we only want to add force in the x direction of 1. And let's see if that works. So there it's starting slow and now it's picking up speed. And then we can do the same thing over here for the y, or I'm sorry, for the negative x direction if they're pushing left. And we want to add force of a -1. And why not? Let's do up and down as well. So if we're doing the up arrow, we want to make the x 0 and the y 1. And if we're doing a down arrow, we will add a 0 and a -1. And now let's run that and see how that goes and how it looks. So I'm moving right, and now I'm pushing left, and it's slowing down. Now it's going to go to the left. Now I'm holding down right. It'll slow down and hopefully come back. There it goes. I'll slow it down, and then we can add a force going up, force coming down, and maybe try to draw a circle, which is challenging. Yeah, it is going to be very easy to lose track of where this thing is. It's way out there. So we need to go way to the right. Now it's slowly coming back. There it is. And I can tap on the left button to sort of get it to stop. And so that's all using physics, and we're not relying on gravity to pull it down. It's kind of like a weightless thing where we can move it around and slide around. So I don't really know if that was the question about how to do physics in 2D without gravity in a top-down shooter. But that's certainly one way to look at it, and hopefully that kind of clears up what the question was.